Not, whatever.
Oh.
Did she jump?
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me? Oh, there, it's on. 8-year-old mare, schooling, 3rd, 4th level. So she's quite level-headed, but also can hold some tension when the pressure comes on. And so, interesting type of horse to work with. A lot of things to keep in mind when they get this way. And the first thing off the bat I would talk about is the 2 major things those of you watching today will probably get sick of hearing me talk about. But we talk about tempo control and top line control. And so for a horse that, and even if it makes it a little ugly, a horse that can be a little tense, we have to almost force them into relaxation by controlling their top line and their tempo. And this is one I would maybe not be using so much lateral work just yet because she's not really over her back. I would use a lot of circles, serpentine lines, and knowing I would slow her tempo down. Yeah, and so we kind of force the relaxation on these ones. Yeah, even if it creates a little challenge for a moment. Good. Yeah, no faster. Right? Good. And keeping the nose very much in the middle. Letting go of the curb rein, right around the snaffle. I want to see the problems. Good. Straighter through the right rein. Nose in the middle. Watch the neck. Slower. Yeah. Through the right rein. Good. Right rein. Yeah. Very good. Now, right rein. Don't you pull on that left one. Good. Tempo. Slow your own seat down. Good. Pet her on the left one. Pet her on the left rein. Ah, that's a joke. That was like, so, come on, the real pet. Yeah, good. Good. And watch that your curb reins don't get too tight. Even if she wants to run, if we have to be firm on the hand for a minute, I want to know that we're firm with fairness on the snaffle and not accidentally just holding her back on the curb. Good, let your curb rein out by about 8 inches. Yeah, until there's a big loop in it. Keep her on the snaffle. Good. Good. Nose in the middle. Yeah, don't be so concerned that she does that, right? That's going to not promote the relaxation that we're looking for. We need to find a regular tempo before we can even talk about the top line. You haven't heard me say anything about how round she is. Rather that you let the curb rein out. Yeah. First we need to control the legs. Yeah, and I would stay posting on a horse like this. So really you know how quickly you're going up and down. Yeah, a little through the left rein, nose in the middle. Look down at the neck. Has to stay straight on her shoulders. Good, really steady on your snaffles. Yeah, so there's no looseness and then tight. Good, look down at your reins. Do you see how they're bouncing on her mouth? The job of your hand is to make that rein totally quiet. Good, straight in the neck. Yeah, I would shorten my reins a few inches. Good. And look down. Take your right hand a little to the right and your left hand a little to the left. Close your fingers. Yeah, straighter on the left rein. Good. Here. Good. Straighter on the left rein. Left hand to the left. Good. She's got to come straight through the middle and find relaxation over the back. The speed, a lot of people will say, oh, they've got to get it out or whatever, but right, we need to be able to use a trot that's beneficial for us. Watch the reins, right? Look down at your right rein bouncing on her mouth. Keep her a little straighter on the left rein still. Nice steady snaffles. left rein, left rein. Good, just for straightness. Yeah, left rein still. Very good. And then you take a trot circle to the left. Thinking wide with your hands. You steady up those snaffles by taking them, yeah, shorten the rein if you need to. But it will help prevent you. Obviously, at the end of the day, we want our hands very quiet, close together in front of the saddle. But when there's bouncing and tension on the hand, it's helpful for me to take the hands away from the neck because it prevents me from pulling back. Good, straighter on the right rein. Slow down. You just turned left and you got like 10 miles an hour faster. Straighter on the right rein. 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 Good. Right rein. Good. Feel how she gets even in her gait when she's straight? Good. And just hang out here a minute. Let her find comfort. Good. Good job. Good. Exactly right rein. And then control the tempo with your own posting. If she gets running, yeah, you can turn your circle a little bit smaller. Good. Shorten your reins a little. Right rein. Right nose in the middle of the chest. Good. Good. Excellent there. Perfect. Don't let her bend left. Yes. Fine. And then another change of direction. Yeah, nice short snaffles like this are fine. It lets you be effective with guiding her to the middle of the bit. Sometimes the long reins on a horse that's tense, yeah? And right away you turn right and you pull the neck right. Right? We gotta keep the nose in the middle. So she works over her back. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, steady. Watch your reins. If they're bouncing, I would shorten my right one and take it a little bit away from the neck. Because remembering lack of contact is different than lightness. Good. She needs to be equal on both. So if she's a certain weight on the left rein, I want you to take that same amount of weight in your right fist. Even if it causes a certain positioning or a mistake, show her the contact that you want to have on the mouth. Good, very steady. Good. Very good. And then another change of direction. And don't turn the nose left, and don't speed up. Good, listen to the footfall. You keep the nose in the middle. It's the same as tracking to the right. Good. Good. And now give her a pet on the left rein. Uh-huh. Good. See how much steadier she gets when we give that up a little bit? Knowing that a little bit for some reason, and I don't know why, you like to take the nose quite a bit to the left when you're tracking this way. And often what that tells me is that she wants to lean left. And so when we take the nose to the inside, your left leg doesn't feel it, that she's leaning so much, because pulling the nose too much left will throw the shoulder out to the right. And so it a little bit takes away our ability to feel on the leg. Right rein. Yeah. Good, ride from your left leg. When every time you think you want to touch the left rein, take a little feel from your left calf. Don't let her speed up. Slow your posting through the right rein. Yes. Very good. Very good. Very good. And when you're ready, let's check the tempo control and canter. Slow down. You got posting too fast and your reins got long, didn't they? Good. Good. Control the right side. Control your tempo. Good. Straightness in the neck. Good. And I would shorten my reins by like 6 inches. Good. Take her a little through the right. Good. Support from your inside leg. Good. And it's not that it has to be counter flexion. All right. But just that her nose is in the middle of her chest. Good. So you feel when you might need to push her ribs out with your left leg, like here. It's not the left rein's job. Good. It's making her straight through her whole body. Rideable over her back to your outside rein. And I only say outside because we're on a circle. Really, they both have to work the same. If she wanted to switch and put the horse on the left rein, that should work just the same as the right one. Good. Through your left leg a little bit. Take a little feel on the right rein. Work her ribs a little bit, thinking leg yield, but don't actually push her sideways. Your left rein is 6 inches too long again. Good. Yeah. Good with your left leg. Very good. And then when you're ready, another trot transition. Thinking straight on the right rein, think leg yield off your left leg. Your left rein is a million miles long again. Take a feel, take a feel, take a feel on the snaffle. Good, stay posting. Good. Right rein. Steady feel with a fist. Yes. Almost a little counter flexion. Almost a little. Good. Left leg support when she wants to fall in. Take a feel, right? A little firm on the snaffle reins for a second. That you make them like sticks, right? I don't want to see any bouncing because that's why she starts bouncing. Good. They're still too bouncy, right? Shorten your snaffles and make them totally quiet to her mouth. Good. Straight. Good job. Through the right side, left leg. Yes. Good job. And back to the right. Through steady rein, steady rein, steady rein, steady rein. Good. Watch, she's making your left rein long again. Yeah, and straight in the neck. She doesn't have to look to the right. Tempo control. If she gets bobbing on your hand, take your left hand to the left, right hand to the right. Give her a big old triangle. Straighter on the right rein. Straighter on the right rein. Right hand to the right. Good. And change direction. Control the tempo with your posting. Easy in your own body. Shorten your reins and keep your hands wide. So she gets steady on the snaffles. Super. When you're ready, a canter transition. Left hand to the left. Left hand to the left. Left hand to the left. Good. Good. Keeping her straight. Yeah, looking down at the neck. Watching the reins aren't getting longer and longer. Yeah, shorten your reins. You feel them bouncing on her again? Yeah, and take your hands a little bit away from the shoulders until you feel her hind legs kind of canter up in between. Yeah, look straighter on the left rein, left ear. Yeah, she pulled the reins long again. You've got to close your fingers. Good, shorten your reins. Left hand to the left. Take the left hand 1 foot away from her neck. Good, letting her canter into the middle. Good, steady feel on the snaffles. Yeah, and watch again, the reins are getting long. Yeah, not pulling the nose left. You have to watch, and your job is to keep it in the middle. A little bit when we allow the reins to be light and bouncy, we can't tell when a problem's about to come. And that's why keeping a light feel on the rein is so important, because it allows us to change something before anyone can tell there was an issue. Good, back to trot. Yeah, feel on the reins. Straight, 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 straight. Yeah, posting trot. Good, take your snaffles. Take a feel on that snaffle. Shorten them. Yeah, close your fingers. Take a feel on that snaffle rein. Yeah, feel on the snaffle rein. Yeah. Shorten your right rein. Your right snaffle only, not the curb. Yeah, now make her straight in the neck. That's right, you look down and you watch that neck. Good girl. One more change of direction and trot, and then she can have a little break. But you watch those reins. If they start getting bouncy, you either need to shorten them, or take your hands away from the neck, or both. Yeah, but she's got to learn to come through the middle. It's what makes it hard for you to regulate her. And when she gets a little inconsistent in her gait, is because she's not coming through the back. Good, straighter on the right rein. Steady, straighter on the right rein. You always want to pull her left. Yeah, make her come through the middle. Yeah, right. Good. Good, not more than that. Very good. Reins short, hands away from the neck. Control the tempo with your butt. Right rein, not left rein. Right rein, not left rein. Yeah, the left one still has to stay steady when you do that. Good girl. Good. Why don't you give her a little walk? Good. But you know, a lot of this issue is she doesn't know where to find the bit. And so we need to really get her connected from the hind leg over onto the snaffle where it's steady all the time. Because then there's too much bouncing around, too much loosey-goosey, and she's a little bit the type that wants to keep herself round, so it doesn't bother us. But still, when you touch the rein, it's not always effective because she's not, I don't think she's so super trained on it. It makes it tough for you to regulate her tempo, and makes it tough for you to actually say where you want her in her top line because she's go-y and wants to be round. So these two things a little bit prevent us from challenging them because we haven't really had to. But it makes a really big difference in how she's going to look regular or not, whether she's coming straight from the hind legs into the print of both front feet and tracking up the same on the right rein as she is on the left rein. And what people get very confused with in our sport is lightness versus lack of contact. They're totally different things. A horse that is not touching the bit at all is not light. Lightness is a horse that accepts the contact and carries it up and forward. And sometimes we like to give our hand in a way there's a loop in the rein. But when we do that, it shouldn't create a hiccup in the gait. It shouldn't create a change in the tempo. It shouldn't create a change in the top line. That yielding of the rein in that moment where we purposely create a loop is a test of how through and then how much self-carriage our horse is in. Otherwise, any bouncing at all that happens on the snaffle rein is inconsistent. It's like I say, I listen with my hands. So when that rein is bouncing, it tells me that hind leg is not coming steady to my hand every step. And we can't expect these horses to just, put on a dressage saddle and bridle and understand, well, maybe I should push from my hind leg over my back and carry this bit and be round and lift my withers and all this other junk. So if a lot of times what happens when a horse doesn't take the contact steady, we tend to chase them at it, thinking, well, if we go faster, maybe she'll grab the bit. It doesn't work that sophisticated with the horse. We have to hold the contact that we want to feel, and then we train it in that way. But we can't just drive them towards it and hope we get lucky. So a little bit we take the feel, and then we cause a whole nother, can of worms. But at least we start to say, well, this is how I need the bit to work for me. And what does she do when I take that feel? Now we can work on that issue. But if we avoid the contact altogether, it's always a bit like you're getting lucky or you're not. But you're never really sure what's going to happen. I guess I don't know the horse well enough to talk about equipment. I don't really foresee that there are issues in the mouth that would say she shouldn't be in a double, but I would be careful to make sure that we're not holding so much on the curb that she's rounder than she needs to be. This is a horse that I really need to feel on each rein of the snaffle is pulling the same on the right as she is on the left. And like I said, certain things like positioning the neck left or right, or taking sometimes too much feel on the curb, will prevent us from feeling. And that's a big deal of what we do. It's not just covering up the flaw. Sure, it is in the test, and when I'm getting run off with, absolutely I grab my curb rein. But the goal in the day-to-day training is to feel what's real. And then maybe I have a million problems, and hopefully I can, avoid them in the ring with some good riding and the training that's progressing. But my goal in the training is not to leave any stone unturned. Whether that creates a volatile situation or not, it depends. But we can't be afraid to go there. And whether that makes her funnier in her gait, whether it makes her more irregular, all these things, we can't just kind of dart around them. We have to find a way to very politely kind of slice through the middle and get to the other side. Otherwise, you find yourself in a situation where one day you're going to need to touch the right rein, or you're going to need to put your leg on, and because we haven't trained it, maybe because we haven't needed to, now we have a problem. When you're ready, let's pick up the reins. Yeah, shorten those snaffles. Even in walk, there's work to be done. I can get done about 90% of my job in the walk, and by the time I go on to trot or canter, my horse is right where I need him to be. Right, because you can feel here. You're going to be able to feel if your right leg is working, if your left leg is working. Close your fingers, shorten the reins, and put your elbows by your hips. Right, and now we feel the problem, that maybe she's not so in front of your leg, right? Good, steady feel on both sides of the snaffle. Right, show her the feeling she needs to learn to carry. And then we have a problem, we'll address it. And when she gets fussy like that in the hand, it's the job of your arms and your elbows to keep that steady feel. She doesn't know what we're after. Good, but don't think that because holding steady is creating a problem that you have to let go. You're not holding her back, you're just asking her to be straight and have a little, and already she's pulling the snaffles away from you, right? The important thing as riders that we learn to do is that we're able to keep a very firm closed fist, and that when we need to yield, we can relax our arm. But the fist doesn't have to open unless it's intentional. Otherwise, like I say, it's animal nature to find the easiest way to get things done. So the first thing she might try to do is fish those reins away from you. It's fine, it doesn't make her a bad girl. But she has to try something else. Good. As long as she's successful in doing that, she's not going to try anything else. Good, steady reins. Shorten them again, right? She's getting them away from you. Shorten your snaffles. Doesn't matter if you close your reins. Close your fingers, yeah. Good, creates tension, doesn't it? Good, just hang out there for a minute. Yeah, don't let her have the reins. Good, be patient. Good, it's fine. Good, speed her up a little, but don't change the reins. Good, and then sit easy on her again. It's so important for horses to know where they can find comfort. That's how they learn, right? This feels good, that feels bad. Good. And then when you're ready to go to trot, close your fingers. Because she's going to try to sneak the reins away from you. I just know it. We're going to stay in posting trot. Good. Shorten your snaffles. And let the curb have a little bit of a loop to them. Shorten your snaffles more. More. Yeah, get right up there. Right, horses who don't know where to find the bit, she needs your help. Right, really steady on the snaffles. Look down at your reins. Take a feel. Right, even if it creates all these problems, show her how the bit should feel on each side of her mouth. Shorten your right rein. nice closed fingers. Nose in the middle, very steady. Super. Now watch, the reins aren't getting longer. And what happens with horses like this who try to pull that rein longer, they end up putting themselves on the curb, you know? It's not helpful for anybody. So it's important that your fingers stay closed. Good, and a little change of direction. Keep her just here. Watch the reins, snaffle. Yeah, shorter than you think you need them. Shorter still. Shorter still. Yeah. Good, don't take the nose to the inside. Good. Shorten that snaffle on the left. Let the curb come out. Good, hang out here a minute. Right, close your fingers and you just let the hind legs until they meet the bit. Your reins are getting long again. The head doesn't need to be down anymore. Yeah, don't worry about that. That's what I want her to do. She needs to come up with a different solution. Understand? Good, straight through the right rein. Straight through the right rein. There's a little bit, this inconsistency on the bit is what makes her look irregular. Straighter on the right rein. Yes, very good. But you feel every time if we give in because something goes wrong, she doesn't learn, right, what we want her to do. She learns what she thinks is most comfortable for her. We have to find something and tell her that it's comfortable, not that she dictates that. Good, lengthen your curb, shorten your snaffle by a lot. Yeah, close your fingers. Keep your right elbow by your right hip. Yeah, straighter on the right rein. Yeah, close those fingers. Straighter on the right rein. Shorten your reins again. Yeah, and don't worry about driving her on. All right, we're going to let her do this herself. If we confront both ends of it at the same time, then we're creating an unfair situation. Straight on the right rein. Straighter on the right rein. She's still looking too much to the left. Yes, good. Good. You feel her get regular there? Yeah, again. Good. Doesn't have to be counterflexion. Find your equal through both snaffles. And then you change direction again, back to the right. Shorten your snaffles as you do, because I know they're going to get long. Good. Left rein. Elbows by your hips. Fingers are closed. She's got to know where to find the middle, right? And the right has to work the same as the left. So technically it shouldn't matter which way she's going. Good girl. Yes. Only when we have this consistency can we start to play with more tricky things. If you can't control the tempo, then we really have no idea that we can control the tension. Straight, watch the neck. Very, very straight. Good for you for shortening the right rein. Good. And then you could maybe start playing on the foot a little. Now speed her up just a whisker. Good, but keep the feel. Close your fingers, keep your elbows. Yeah, and don't hustle it too much. Very good. Watch the length of your snaffles. Right, and another change of direction. Thinking that you ride her straight from the hind leg through both of your elbows to the middle of the snaffle. You know what that snaffle looks like in her mouth. Both of her hind legs have to come up there. Good. Yeah, and once you, don't worry. Yeah, you stay strong on what you know is right. She's going to bounce around. She might try to canter. You keep her straight until the hind legs come to the middle. Good, little left leg here. Doesn't mean she gets to look left, just that you might push her belly a little bit out to a closed right rein. Work with it. Don't let the nose counterflex. Nose in the middle. Shorten your left rein. Good. Step her off of your left leg to a closed right fist. Yeah, close it even if she resists. It's okay that she's uncomfortable sometimes. Yes. Yeah, and watch, she's pulling the rein long again. Good, left leg. Right rein. Yes, 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 yes. It's fine. Take her a little straight. Yeah, and watch in the mirrors when you go down the next rail. Close your fingers. Push her up onto that snaffle. Left leg, come.